Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock
Hey,
Point.
discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point.
Rock Point.
Rock Point 256. Discover the rock in you.
My love is mine and I am his. He browses among the lilies until the day breaks and the shadows flee.
Aha. Someone is in love.
Oh yes, my friend. Have persuaded him to marry me before someone takes him. I even lied to him that I am 18.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Rita, you are only 16.
Ah.
You are going to get that guy in big trouble for defilement.
He said yes and I said yes.
Be aware. The law of Uganda says that marriage before the age of consent, below 18 years of age, amounts to defilement and carries a maximum sentence of death or life imprisonment. Marriage can wait. If he can't wait for you, he doesn't love you. This message is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, with support from the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF.
Rock Point 256.
Hey, dear listener, how are you today? We are glad that you have tuned in today to Rock Point 256 yet again. Today, we have a special package for you.
If you listened to last week's episode, you should have noticed that Season 10 of Rock Point 256 has ended. We hope you enjoyed it.
Well, like we've been saying, we love you so much and feel for those people who missed out on some episodes. Now, before we get into the new season, we'd love to have everyone on the same page. For the next 8 weeks, we shall be bringing you summaries of the 10th season. Today, let's listen to our first summary.
That's right. Today we are joined by a listener, someone just like you who loves Rock Point 256 to bits. This person is your representative today, and we shall be inviting more of you to join us in the summary episodes. Please, tell us who you are.
My name is Anna. I'm from Entebbe, and I listen to Rock Point 256 every week on KFM. I love the drama so much, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so very much for joining us today in Rock Point. Now, in the summaries, we shall be following the story of Deo, the notorious man in Rock Point, who is hated by many people, yet at the same time, liked by many.
Yes, we shall also look back at the love story between Mama Sam and Peter and the drama with Mega, Peter's side dish in an interesting love triangle.
And typical of life's topography, while some people are enjoying love on one side of Rock Point, we shall share in Judith's tragedy after the abrupt death of her beloved husband, Guma.
Foundation Primary School. The parents received a rude awakening when their children performed very poorly during the P7 mock examinations. Freddie is the son to John and Joanne, and is one of the P7 candidates who had disappointing results. He must have regretted sharing his results with his mother on this day. Come, let's revisit that day.
What is this, Freddie?
Mother, it's my mock results, but...
But what? These are your results?
It's not only me who performed poorly, all of us did.
Don't tell me that nonsense, Freddie. You are not everybody, okay?
But it was...
Don't even try to defend yourself. You are too playful. That is why you failed.
That's not the case, Mother.
Then what is it?
Mock was difficult for all of us.
Tell me anything that has ever been easy for you, Freddie. Tell me. What are you mumbling? There is nothing. Even when I tell you to do some work in the restaurant, you complain that the work is difficult. What can you possibly do?
Mother, I can do many things.
You can't. I wonder where you got that thick head that never learns anything.
Maybe I inherited it from you.
What? What have you said? You stupid boy. Come here. Don't run.
I won't.
Now you think running to the road will save you? This boy. When I catch you, you will get such a beating from me. Come back here. Freddie. Freddie, be careful. Oh my God. Freddie. Freddie.
As Freddie ran from Joanne, he was knocked by a boda and broke his leg. He had to wear the plaster of Paris to straighten the broken bone and kept out of school for some time during recovery. Being the concerned teacher she is, Pamela visited Joanne and John and requested them to send Freddie back to school with a cast as he heals. She explained that Freddie was missing out and yet the final exams drawing closer. Joanne was outrightly against it and she was sure Freddie was going to fail either way, but John told Pamela not to worry and promised that he would convince his wife.
Several parents were bitter about the results and decided to go and see the headmaster.
Now, the mock results are on the notice board, Mama Irene, if you'll excuse me.
Hey, we've already seen them, Mr. Headmaster.
Then why are you in my office?
Because we are not happy about those results, Mr. Headmaster, sir.
Hey, no, you should be telling that to your children and not me. I did not sit for those exams.
You're not listening to us, Headmaster.
What do you want me to hear, Goretti?
We are saying that the school's performance has greatly deteriorated over the years. The results are so poor, Headmaster.
I am not sure I understand what you say. The purpose of mocks is to show the students that they need to be serious for their final exams.
But when all of them fail, except 2, is that encouragement to do well, Mr. Headmaster?
No, I can tell you that this class lacks discipline.
And why is that, Mr. Headmaster?
I should ask you why your children are not disciplined, Mama Irene.
But can all children be so indisciplined that not even one gets a second grade? Children in this school used to perform well.
Used to? This is a bad year, Mama Irene.
Oh no, it happens year after year. This is the first time we have seen mock results show the true caliber of students. Because every year this school turns out failures.
No, it is clear that you're here to upset me. Just get out of my office.
Headmaster, we are only concerned that it's a few weeks to the final exams. And these children are clearly going to fail.
Honestly, you two have eaten into my time. I would have finished this report by now.
Are you saying that parents' concerns are a waste of your precious time, Headmaster?
I am only saying that if I gave 3 hours to listen to every parent in this school, I will spend the whole term just listening to parents.
Next week, don't forget to pick up from there. What happened to the arrogant headmaster? What was the parents' next move?
While on the other side in Goma's world, it was all happiness as Tom, Goma's only child, turned 18. Tom's mother, who was called Amelia, died when Tom was very young. Goma remarried a very loving, beautiful carrier woman called Judith. Excited that his son was of age, Goma took him around his farm showing him what he owned and generally talking to him like any other proud father would to an only son who was destined to be the heir.
Let's go back in time to the period after that quality time Tom spent with his father in their plantation.
You did show me around the farm the other day. And since then, I've been thinking about the farm and farming and me being a farmer.
I thought you were interested in doing radio at your father's studio.
I'm interested in everything. Besides, it's not as if I haven't grown things before. Didn't I grow my tomatoes behind the house the other time?
But that was a long time ago. And I was the one who weeded your 2-meter garden.
But it was an experience. And now that I've grown into a man, I reckon I turn this farm into a proper farm, where things actually grow.
What is stopping you from starting, Tom?
Nothing. In fact, I've identified that land by the river as a great place to start.
Which land?
Where Jackson is.
Bit tricky that...
What is tricky? Jackson shouldn't even be there. We should get rid of him.
Easier said than done, Tom.
You've been saying that for years, but you've never moved him off.
I know, Tom. I did try.
Not very hard, Dad. Jackson just thinks he owns the place, when actually him and his Chinuero stand right in the way of the most fertile soil on this farm.
It's true, Tom, but the guy has settled.
So what? He's on our land, period.
Tom, Jackson's family is there.
His business is there. And he's an illegal business making waraji. What could be so difficult about removing him? Just look at the mess he has made. He's an environmental disaster.
Look, I see where you're coming from, Tom.
Yeah, I'm coming from the family that owns the land that Jackson is on. Daddy, you're just letting that man have his own way without doing anything about it.
Tom.
It's time he left. He must be made to leave.
Force is not the way to go, Tom.
It has come to that because Daddy has been handling this guy softly for years and years. If it were up to me, I would have kicked Jackson out long ago.
Meanwhile, Tom is not one of these people who talk, but never do anything. He felt like his father Guma was not doing enough to evict Jackson from his land, and he did tell him a thing or two about his thoughts. When he noticed his father was not about to do anything about Jackson, Tom went ahead and did something about it.
I'm 18 now. Hey, I'm no little boy Jackson. I can see through your motives, Jackson.
But you're still in school. Why don't you mind your schoolwork? Because your father is not man enough to take me on this.
Why don't you leave my father out of this, huh? Why do you insult someone who has been nothing but good to you?
And why are you swelling as if you want to beat me?
I'll be forced to do just that if you not leave my father's land.
Beat me? You're such a shameless boy.
Don't provoke me, Jackson, or else.
Okay, beat me. Dare to beat me? You beat me and see.
I swear I'll beat you because I feel so angry right now.
Just touch me and see.
Stop pressing yourself on me, Jackson.
Did you all see how this boy has pushed me? How dare you? I'm going to teach you a lesson, boy.
Whoa, wait. Someone come help me.
You two need to stop this drama. Just stop it. Leave him, Jackson. He's just a boy. Haven't even started. I'll teach him not to mess with me.
Oh, let me call Mr. Guma. Hello? Hello? Mr. Guma. I'm calling from Jackson East Chinuelo. There is a fight. Tom, Jackson, please, you better get down here. Fast!
Jackson, leave my son alone.
I've had enough of you, little pussy. So you call Daddy to fight your battles, eh?
What the hell is going on here? Get off my son, you imbecile!
I'll ditch you.
Dad, do you see Jackson? Help! Get off me, you fat stinking off!
Jackson! How dare you beat my son? Get off! You will go to jail for this.
It is your son who started this.
Do you see what I've been telling you, Dad?
I will beat you, you bully! Is this what you are? Oh God!
Dad, what is going on?
Mr. Guma,
what is wrong? What did you do to my father, Jackson?
If you listened earlier, I'm sure at this point you were so tense. Let's follow up on Gumak's health situation in the next summary.
Peter and his wife Mama Sam had a good relationship based on friendship and companionship. Mama Sam was a humble woman who made baskets and sold them for a living to support her husband's fishing business. Together, they were living happily.
After a few months, things started to change when Peter's new friend Mega appeared in the picture. Mega trades in second-hand clothes in Rock Point, and before we knew it, Peter was in love.
Do you know what? If you were a flower, the bees that visit you would produce the sweetest honey.
Peter, you flatter me.
Sincerely, darling. Your sweet scent makes me feel on top of the world.
No, please.
Look at your face. I think God created you early on a Monday morning when he was still fresh from the weekend rest. When his creativity was still at the highest point.
You're funny. Come, tea is ready.
I won't have tea.
Why not?
Because I have something else on my mind.
I can guess what you have on your mind.
No way. Okay, tell me.
It's my secret.
No, we shouldn't keep secrets from each other, darling.
Come, sit on the bed.
So you can now read my mind.
I know you better than you know yourself.
My favorite place in the whole world. The cushions, the good smells, the music.
Well, honey, good thing it's your favorite place. Because the bed fills up most of the room. Just enough space for me and you to move around.
Increase the volume of that music. Yes, feels like heaven.
We can spend all day here today. I'll not go to the market to sell.
I wish I didn't have to go to the lake.
Peter, you don't have a belt?
I don't know where Mama Sam put my new belt.
You left it here the last time you visited.
You make me lose my mind. When I'm with you, I don't think of anything else. How could I leave my belt here?
My goodness, Peter completely forgot that he had a wife.
Mama Sam indeed was in great danger because Peter's relationship with Mega was slowly going to another level. And Mama Sam did not take long to smell a rat.
You're smiling, Peter.
The food was really great, Mama Sam.
Really?
You know how much I love fish, don't you?
But we didn't have fish tonight.
We didn't. I was meaning...
We've just had beans. Peter, not fish.
I meant beans.
How were the beans tasty? You barely touched the beans.
Can't a man say he enjoyed eating beans?
Yeah, he can. But you meant fish.
Now you are trying to be clever.
Me clever? If you ask me, your behavior is somewhat weird these days. For a whole meal, you hardly said a word. Just smiling to yourself. Like you were in your own world. Like I wasn't even in the room.
I have a lot on my mind.
A lot making you smile like that?
I've told you that it's the fish, the beans. They were really tasty. The beans were tasty.
Oh! Well, there's something I want to talk to you about.
And what is that?
I want to start selling second-hand clothes. And I was told that you have friends in the market. Maybe they can help me.
I don't have friends in the market.
That's not what I hear. I hear you go there daily.
Whoever told you that was really a liar. I'd just gone there to buy a shirt.
And which shirt did you buy?
It was expensive, so I didn't buy it.
How much were they selling the shirt?
Is this an interrogation or what? Just leave me alone, woman. It's been a long day and I need my rest. It's your behavior that is really weird.
Ha ha ha! Let's wish those two the best. And now, my best part of the season, Peace and Dero. They have a 15-year-old girl who is brilliant at school, and Peace is so proud of her.
Joy! Hello, girls.
Yes, Teacher Pamela.
Congratulations, Damali. I
Thank
brought your
you.
mother over to see you. She was almost too afraid to approach her brilliant daughter. You are a star, Damali. Really, such a talent.
Thank you, Teacher Pamela. How are you, Mother?
I am over the moon. You have made me proud today.
Oh, really?
Yes. Congratulations. I tell you, your daughter is becoming an all-rounder. Yes, she does well in academics and now she's a star in drama. Yes, I am overcome. I just want her to work hard and be all the things I didn't become. I'm praying for her. I know. I want her to study and do well so that she can become an important person in society. You were wonderful, Damali.
Oh, Mom.
Yes, Damali. It's true. People will say, that is Peace's daughter. Damali, I think you have had your mother. I couldn't even believe it was you on stage.
Mother, it is because of you. You have helped me a lot and given me confidence.
Oh, come here, my daughter. Give me a hug.
While Peace was struggling to make sure her daughter excelled in school, Deo was silent. His absence at the end of the 9th season made some listeners raise concerns. Here's a message received.
Dear scriptwriter of Rock Point, I'm writing to find out why you choose to let the troublemaker Deo disappear just like that. I've been waiting to hear his voice in one of the last episodes, but with no success. I feel his absence could be the reason why it took long for the youths to pin Mandy in his corruption, because he was Mandy's stooge and might have known some things better than any of them. Yours sincerely, Deo's sympathizer.
While our listeners were still longing for Deo, little did they know that he was busy planning for his daughter Damali. You don't want to know what he had up his sleeves.
Mr. Tumi, yes? Have you seen her?
Yes, Deo, I have. Good girl.
Yes. I make sure I instill manners in all my children.
That's a good thing. I'm impressed.
Good. I'm glad we're on the same page. I hope we're on the same page with the Konakis as well.
As I told you, the Konakis are so expectant.
There's no problem. Mr. Tumia, no problem.
Deo, what do you mean by that?
I mean that everything will go on smoothly as we discussed.
I look forward to a successful result. The Konakis are relying on me to bring good news.
Exactly. Do not fear. I, Deo, am a man of my word.
Excellent. Let us shake on it then. This handshake seals it then. Being the one in the middle, I don't want anything to go wrong on either side. So, if there is anything that is of concern, please let me know now.
There is absolutely no problem. Haven't you seen my daughter on the stage? Very professional, very mature.
I was glad she didn't act that other immoral woman in the play.
Never. She could never.
I'm sure your wife must be very pleased to hear of the Konakis offer.
I'm discussing with her.
Discussing? I thought you said you have already discussed.
My wife and I are in full agreement. Don't worry, sir. You may tell the Konakis. I'll deliver as promised.
What a shameful end to our first summary.
Our listeners, that is what we had for you in the first summary of the 10th year of Rock Point 256. Write to us and let us know what you think about the 10th season of Rock Point 256.
Or just pick up your phone and type CDFU, leave a space, type your message, and send it to 8888. You can also send a text message to 0776 256 256.
And in case you need counseling, call 0800 200 600, toll-free line, or visit us on Facebook page or group and leave there your comment. If you haven't liked our page yet, you are missing out.
Remember to tune in next week, same station, same time for another exciting summary of Rock Point 256.
Yeah, Rock Point 256 is made possible with support from the Democratic Governance Facility.
And from Pwaweza Sisi. It takes one person to make change happen. Change ni mimi, ni wewe, ni sisi. Change is me, it's you, it's us.
Have you thought about death in a good way? Where death lives order, peace, and tranquility in your family. Where your wishes are followed to the letter. Where your wife and children are not disturbed. And where your greedy relatives cannot take over. And have you thought about death in a bad way? Where violence and strife follow immediately after your death. Where your relatives fight over your dead body. Where your wife and children are left out in the cold. Where your greedy relatives steal everything you've ever worked for.
The difference is in making a will. Be prudent, be responsible, be loving, be foresighted, and show it by writing your will, the last and lasting gift to your family. This message is brought to you by Communication for Development Foundation Uganda, CDFU, with support from the Democratic Governance Facility, DGF.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to a changing world.
Rock Point 256.
Welcome to another way of thinking.
Rock Point 256.
Yeah. Believe in yourself and in your heart.
Come with me to Rock
Hey,
Point.
discover the rock in you.
Come with me to Rock Point.
It's
in your right